Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and we have yet another Humble Bundle of interest to game developers. Specifically, if you're getting into video editing, you need to cut a trailer for your game. This one might be ideal for you. It might also give you a sense of deja vu, and there's a good reason for that. See, what I did is about 6 or 7 months back, I said, every time there's a new Humble Bundle, if it is relevant to game developers, I will buy it and let you know if it is worth picking up. And in this case, I am not doing that. Why? Well, frankly, this bundle has already happened. This is a rebundle. They're literally reselling the exact same bundle they did sometime back. And that was back in, let me just go ahead and see this. December of 2018. This literal exact bundle with Audio Studio Fast Cut, Movie Studio, Vegas Pro, DVD Architect, Hit Film, and a voucher were all sold at the exact same price. Now, the thing is, if you didn't pick it up then, there is value here. There's value at the mid and last tier. The first tier is garbage, and you're not going to buy that. So, and this one's actually a slightly more expensive one. This one's $18 and $25 by tiers. Now, if you don't know how Humble Bundles work, basically it's a collection of stuff around a theme. In this case, it's software by Vegas Pro. And a lot of it is like video and audio editing software in this particular case. Now, you can decide how your money is allocated. You can have it go to charity. You can have it go to support this channel, which, by the way, thank you if you do that. You can have some of it go to Vegas, and you have some of it go to Humble. You buy at tiers. You get everything at that tier and the tiers below. In this particular case, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because I have a full video on this I will link down below. This one comes in 3 very straightforward tiers. At the bottom tier, you have Fast Cut. That is basically Microsoft Video Editor. It is super simple. Nobody's going to use it, I doubt. It's just, I don't know, if you wanted to splice some video together to like send to your grandma's Facebook page, that might be what you use. Now, where your reality comes in is people would probably be coming in for Audio Studio 12 or Movie Studio. Now, you can look at Movie Studio as a stripped down version of Vegas Pro, and I don't mean that as a negative. It is actually fully functional for what most of you would probably need a video editor for. If you just want to do something like splice some footage together, have some nice smooth transitions, maybe overlay some text on top of it, multiple tracks, have a soundtrack going. Movie Studio is more than enough for that, and it is a hell of a lot simpler to learn. Now, I actually did hands-on video with both Movie Studio and Vegas Pro, so if you want to see both of them in action, that is available. There's also some trials, which we will see in just a second. Now, SoundForge, I don't see a lot of reason behind it. Now, one thing you're noticing is the Windows logo. This software is basically Microsoft only, so if you're not a Windows user, it may work in Wine. I'm not 100% certain. But SoundForge is basically Audacity, the commercial edition. So if you want to edit waveforms, record them, and tweak them, and kind of apply filters to them, this is sort of exactly what you do with Audacity. Well, Audio Studio 12 is a commercial version of that. Now, the reason why the majority of you are probably coming into this particular bundle is Vegas Pro itself. Now, Vegas Pro used to be called Sony Vegas Pro, and now it's Magic's Vegas Pro, and the biggest difference is Magic's bought the software division from Sony. So a whole bunch of Sony software is now the Vegas software. And Vegas Pro Edit is really the star of this bundle. It is a very, very complete, like almost competing with the likes of Adobe Premiere or the one on Mac, Final Cut Pro. It's that same kind of tier. And those software are not cheap. And in this particular case, they're saying that Vegas Pro 15 would be $400. And the kicker is, if we head on over to Amazon, you will see it's actually listed at $491 Canadian. So that is not that far off. Like, this is actually a fairly good savings if you are looking for a non-linear video editing. So what it allows you to do is bring all kinds of things together. You're bringing movie clips, you can cut them, you can splice them, you can overlay them, you can have one fade into the other, you bring in your audio, you can edit your audio on top, you've got a bunch of filters and special effects and such you can apply in the back end. You can put text on the top and everything else. You can actually do some really, really high level effects. Like you can green screen stuff here. You can superimpose text into a 3D background. And so if you're getting into some kind of advanced video editing, Vegas Pro is definitely quite capable. Now, it's not easy. This is not complete, if you want an easy video editor, this is actually your better choice than this one. But in terms of there's not a lot of really great free video editing options out there, and the ones that I've tried, such as Blender for nonlinear editing, just was a crash fest and performed really poorly and was just a pain in the ass to use. I have used Vegas Pro to a certain degree, and I can recommend it to a certain degree, especially if you're looking $25, you need a video editor, this is a good deal. Are there alternatives out there? Quite possibly. But I actually am not really that in the market because I'm pretty content with what I use for 90% of my stuff, which is Camtasia, which ironically has never been on Humble, but if it ever is, buy it. And then the final thing we've got here, DVD Architect. DVD Architect is for, using Vegas Pro to make DVDs. So if you need to make like titles and navigation and all that stuff. But do you even own a DVD player anymore? Does anybody? Does anyone make DVDs anymore? But if you are making DVDs for some reason and you want to make like table of contents and navigations and logos out of your videos, well, that's what DVD Architect's all about. It's not really that useful. It's sort of like a phone book maker. Anyways, and the final thing we've got here is HitFilm. Now, HitFilm is a bunch of plugins and extensions. So special effects you can plug in, things like channel mix or channel swapper, color temperature, color vibrance, and so on. So you can letterbox and do all kinds of special effects. It's plugins for Vegas Pro and possibly for Movie Studio, but I do not want to be quoted on that one. As I mentioned earlier, this exact bundle has already happened. It is literally the exact same content. I'm kind of shocked to see them regurgitating a bundle within a 5-month window, but at the same time, I'm covering it because if you're looking for a video editor, it's not a bad bundle. It's pretty straightforward. It's basically, do you want to buy Vegas Pro for $25? As I mentioned earlier on, I did do a video on this in the past. I will link this down below. I walked through both the first editor. So I went through SoundForge here. You can see it in action there. Then I went through the Movie Studio version, and then I spent the majority of the time walking through Vegas Pro, showing you how special effects can be applied, how you bring layers in, how you handle audio, basically a very lightweight introductory tutorial. So if you're thinking about checking it out or you want to see any of these things in action, these are the exact same versions that you get in this bundle, because as I mentioned many times, the exact same bundle. And as you can see, there are trials available for both Vegas Pro Edit and for Vegas Movie Studio. So if you do want to check those out, I will toss this link down below as well. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things, 30-day trials. I believe they're completely full functional, so you will get an idea of what you're getting here for your $25. And then as I mentioned earlier on, it is legitimately a decent bargain. You are seeing Vegas Pro is kind of the price they're saying. It's that $400 USD. Now you could probably get it for 2 or 3 somewhere else, but even then, $25 is a pretty solid deal, which is why I am doing a video on a bundle that has already happened. Now, the nice thing also here is you can also allocate some of your money to go to support charity, as I mentioned earlier on, and one of the charities here is the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. I'm a Canadian, and we all have a soft spot for Michael J. Fox, and Parkinson's is a terrible disease, so I definitely support that as well. And the other one is Hilarity for Charity, but you can also choose how you want to direct things on your own. You can choose your own charity, or as I said earlier, you decide how your money is split up between various different sources. So that's it. That is the first ever repeat, and this is the last time. So they repeat Vegas Pro again, unless it's version 16. I ain't doing a video on it. I'll do a tweet. Hopefully you guys are following me on Twitter at Game From Scratch. But yeah. So Humble's repeating now. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Also, have you picked up Vegas? Did you pick it up in the last bundle? And more importantly, did you actually use it since then? If you haven't, here's your opportunity. All right, talk to you all later. Goodbye.